Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by AT&T. The memories. Just 2 short years ago, a national championship for Jay Wright, now in his 17th year as the head coach at Villanova. Let's check out the starting lineups. For Villanova, it's Brunson, Booth, Bridges, Pascal, and Spellman. A little bit banged up, but they are whole here today. Vital, Adams, Larrier is back. Did not play in the blowout loss to Memphis. Fractured the anterior wall of his left maxillary sinus. Whaley and Carlton round out the 5 for Kevin Ollie's squad. Larrier is wearing the mask, and they certainly need his offensive output and his perimeter presence. Kevin Ollie, what's the game plan if you're UConn in this one?
I think pace is the key here, how they approach the offensive end. If they got something good early, take it, because that's their style. But use the clock. I think we'll see a lot of zone bird to take away that dribble penetration of Villanova.
Veteran crew, Tony Green, Don Daly, Mike Roberts. It is the Big East against the American. Villanova and UConn. This is the first of a 3-year series between the two. They'll play at Madison Square Garden next year, and then it'll shift to Philadelphia in year 3.
And of course, the memories you mentioned, the old Big East, Rolly Massimino at Villanova, and of course, Jim Calhoun here. And so, let's get it going.
Tony Green will toss it up. Whaley will jump it up with Spellman. And UConn controls the tip.
And Ian Eagle right now. The Wildcats go. A little mediment.
Huskies interaction at 10-8. 73-49 loss at Memphis on Tuesday night. They just never were in that game.
Not a good effort, really. And Kevin, very disappointed. As were the players. Got a chance to meet a couple of them yesterday. Nice cross.
Jump shot doesn't go. Adams, and it's rebounded down low by Pascal for Villanova.
Does everything. Pascal can guard 5 through 1, and then making the threes down. Extra pass.
Brunson off the mark from three-point territory, and the rebound is ripped down by Vital.
Anything open, they are unabashed, able to deliver and generally knock it down.
So if nothing's available on that initial rush into the front court, they'll back it out. They'll use shot clock.
Smart. Very intelligent approach to the game. And that's exactly what UConn has to do, too. Adams got to get in the lane a little bit and find some people, give him some open looks.
Larrier spins. It's blocked on the outside by Pascal. Ball knocked around and scooped up by Bridges.
Getting back and making them work. Let's see, a little 2-3 zone look now. And Jay telling both of us they haven't seen much zone. So he doesn't know exactly how they'll react. They practiced against it. Look at this lob.
Put it upstairs. And Pascal forced to give it up. UConn on the move. Drive to the rim. Lays it in, Larrier.
Well, that's what they want. Anything early, that's for them.
Terry Larrier, talented wing. Transferred from VCU. Very athletic, very explosive. He gives UConn a 2-0 lead. UConn is 8-1 at home. They lost to Wichita State in a good game. They fell 72-62. Booth, ball fake, takes the baseline, sheds a defender, kicks it out, Brunson a 3.
Well, they're poised, and it's amazing. They lock that pivot foot in, find people, and more importantly, guys get available.
Jalen Brunson, lefty, great feel for the game. Jump shot doesn't go for Larrier. And one and done for UConn.
Nice check out, Pascal. They've got to stay in it in 4-minute segments. We always hear that. Stay connected, stay in the game, build their confidence, UConn.
Brunson, oh, that's deep. Off the back of the iron, long rebound to Booth. Booth, aggressive, missed it on the inside, and the rebound cleared by Adams. On a lead feed, Vital. Oh, he wasn't sure what to do. Vital decided to shoot it.
He got strung out. Boy, got to go strong. It's dangerous.
Quick jack, Booth. Three-pointer, no.
Too many possessions here.
Saved by Bridges. Extended possession for Villanova. Bridges a 3.
Look at this.
Long rebound tracked down by Spellman. Ricochet off the pinball action. And Pascal's got it. Bridges on attack. Oh, Mikal Bridges can fly.
A bridge not too far. How about that? I mean, that had a message with that stroke. Send it in.
the length of Bridges, when you see it in person, it stands out. 5-2 lead for Villanova.
Against zone, though, the zone has to do a better job rebounding. Those long ones you got to come up with. Can't give this talented club all those extra opportunities.
A lot of dribbling here for Adams. Shot clock is down to 7. Adams tries to make his move. Turns the corner. And a turnover.
Yeah, pretty good, solid defense with nothing in mind. You got to do it. This is just an out hustle play, but how about this? Bringing it all and leaving the chandelier. Look at that stare at the end of it. That is impressive. His improvement, Bird, is incredible. Over the course of his career.
Well, he was a super sub on that national championship team, but you could tell that he was going to impact the game and his fingerprints would be all over these games because he does so much. Turnaround comes up short from Spellman. DiVincenzo is in the game for the first time for Villanova. And Antoine Anderson for UConn. Rainbow delivery goes down. The scoring of Jalen Adams, 18.5 points per game, and that's a triple.
And he can shoot it at 31%. It's really been tough for him. He's got to do so many things. He's the weak side rebounder, which is dangerous here in this zone.
Spellman passing out. Pascal nearly lost. Bridges lines it up. Misses it.
Look at the hustle.
Territory. DiVincenzo flying in for the rebound.
Pump fake. They're the best in the country at it.
And a pull-up pop. Brimming no.
And look at this hustle. Too many extra possessions.
Bridges hangs. Boy, this is just all day for Villanova. DiVincenzo, he can't hit. And the rebound to Larry, or a foul called on DiVincenzo. Villanova is 2 of 12 to open up.
That's the only problem when they don't shoot the basketball well. There's other things they have to do. The hustle, but Adams delivers early. Got to do it often.
65th all-time meeting between Villanova and UConn. The Wildcats are 33 and 31 against the Huskies. We asked Kevin Ollie, any memories from your playing days? He goes, yeah, not a good one. We were #1 in the country. Villanova came into Gamble and knocked off the Huskies.
Oh, that was a great competition in those days. It's nice that they're staying together. A chance for a 4th year, too, correct?
Yeah, there are some rumors that it might come around to MSG again. So this start, 6 offensive rebounds for Villanova. They've turned that into just 2 points.
But it is dangerous.
Yes.
You just can't concede extra possessions. That was the one lament yesterday and today that Kevin stated. A little full court pressure here just to speed the game up a little bit.
And some changes here for UConn. Tyler Polyan and David Onora, the graduate transfer from Cornell.
But they're right there on the passing lane. High ball screen. Adams not afraid to switch anything.
To the hoop. He missed it on the flip. Onora battling and a tie-up. Neither one giving any room. Bridges and Onora. And the possession arrow in favor of Villanova.
Little Big East here. The old days. A little rough and tumble. And I believe it's Villanova ball.
It is. Another sub. And it will be Booth back in.
Roundtree on the other side. Great length. Reminds me a little of Bridges when he was a youngster. Pretty good offensive rebounder for Villanova. Runs the floor, finishes. And this is one of those to make them use a little bit of clock. Kevin doesn't feel he can get the 80 nice pass. Well, that is a soft spot. Straight up man, little change on the timeout.
The big man you just alluded to, Demir Cosby Roundtree, shooting 82% from the field. What do you think the shot selection is?
I think he's right at the rim. This kid has really helped them, I think.
DiVincenzo, too strong.
Great look.
Rebounded by Larrier. We're tied at 5, just over 5 minutes gone by in this first half. Larrier, the back in.
That's what they got to do, make him put it on the deck.
The kick, jumper, doesn't go for Anderson.
Always the quick pace, the quick jack if they get it. Play with a lot of confidence, this team.
Brunson, slicing, kick. DiVincenzo keeps on firing.
They don't mind.
Hits the triple.
They do not catch, break it down, drill it.
8-5 lead for Villanova. Adams directing traffic for UConn. Larrier trying to break free.
Look at the denial out there by Bridges. The length. They help, they overhelp.
Anderson, the grad transfer from Fordham, handling it. Anderson, between the legs. That was nifty, but he couldn't finish.
The ball screen late. I think that favors Villanova's defense.
Villanova had missed their last 6 shots before the DiVincenzo make. That's a miss by Booth, but another offensive board for Villanova.
Roundtree does nice. There's the pull-up jumper, the soft spot. And it's going to be, they're going the other way with it.
Ball was deflected, so UConn will take over after the miss by Brunson. 7 offensive rebounds for the Wildcats.
Man, that can't be a consistent play. You got to be a little more aggressive. Get down and dirty. Villanova looks pretty, but boy, are they feisty.
UConn had won 3 in a row over East Carolina, Central Florida, and Tulane before the blowout loss to Memphis.
Now, they've had some tough games all year long. Michigan State, Arkansas, Syracuse.
Penetration, nobody home for Adams, but the ball was tipped out of bounds by Villanova.
Now, a lot of teams don't cover that weak side pass. Booth very alert on the baseline.
Well, shooting numbers, Bill, not something that coaches would like to see. 19% for Villanova. Not something that Jay Wright's accustomed to. 22% for UConn.
You're very picky.
I am picky.
And by the way these coaches, look at this late in the shot clock, not a good one.
Larrier trying to bail out UConn, and too much on that jumper. 8-5 lead for Villanova.
And this is what Jay has at his disposal. 2 point guards on the floor. You got Booth and DiVincenzo. Give Brunson a little blow. Look at this. Not afraid. Not afraid.
DiVincenzo has got it from long range.
How do you guard that? That is like 23, 24 feet away. Really opens things up in a bit. Nice pass. Got a finish though. Look at the run out to the rim. Spellman.
Larrier had to take it away. Booth is fouled on his way to the hoop.
They just don't stop attacking. Play with a lot of abandon and confidence.
So 2 free throws here for Phil Booth. The foul called on Antoine Anderson.
How about Booth? 20 points in the final, giving up minutes on occasion. Just such a complimentary group.
First free throws of the day. Coming up Monday on CBS, it's a great night of comedy with Kevin Can Wait, Man with a Plan, Superior Donuts at 9 JKL. That's Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. 7-0 run now for Villanova. Booth, you mentioned the versatility. He's a hybrid. Brunson can play off the ball. DiVincenzo is multifaceted. So Booth can run the team. Brunson can run the team. DiVincenzo can run the show.
A great advantage, and they also are combo. They can drill jump shots and get set in the full court pressure.
And there's a toughness. Booth brings that to the floor, an edge.
We had a big crowd from Baltimore down in Washington the other night.
8-0 run for Villanova. We come up on 12 minutes to go here in the first.
Great denial, force you deep on the floor, ready to help one another.
High screen from Carlton. Adams is hit. And a chance for a 3-point play.
That's what he's got to get. He can make that shot. Short shorts are in vogue here in Hartford. We can play, Bird. Look at his little head and shoulder, little nylon, and a chance for 3.
I believe that's from the Bill Raftery LaSalle collection. The short shorts.
Vintage. He's got athletic legs. I got those little toothpicks.
Chicken legs.
Toothpicks with a bump.
Adams converts. Foul was called against Mikal Bridges. And it's 13-8 Villanova. Booth handles it. Brunson now on the bench.
Well, look at the open passing lanes because of the ability to shoot deep.
Booth to DiVincenzo. Took inside out of the high post for Pascal. Pascal pivots, fires, rims out, and it's rebounded by Carlton.
They do not walk, though. You notice the nice pass.
Whips it ahead. Adams to Larrier. Pull-up pop.
Great look, too.
Now the rebound is Spellman. Big body for Villanova.
Big-time rebounder this kid is. He can make this.
Spellman lines it up.
Yep, that's it. That's your trail guy, the 5-man. Great feel for one another and unselfish.
Omari Spellman averaging just over 10 points per game, shooting it at 44% from three-point range. The rebounding numbers in favor of Villanova, 15-7. And the Wildcats have doubled up UConn, 16-8. Adams, the drive, missed it.
A nice job by Spellman not fouling.
Carlton finishes on the interior.
He can give him some sound play in that low post area. You can get some numbers for him, soften him up a little bit. 15 points and 9 rebounds against Memphis.
There's been some marked improvement from Josh Carlton, the freshman from North Carolina.
Ooh, nice hands.
And a steal, scooped up. Vattel to the rim, he's fouled.
Even that's contested. It didn't show the pass on the perimeter. Not a typical Villanova passing attack. What do you think, Bird? Morey, huh? On the one end, the other to counter. Good hands in the right spot by Tao. Not Dickey.
Kevin Ollie's squad down 16-10. Now planning for success, presented by Northwestern Mutual.
Just a commitment to excellence. We always had a motto of being rare, a rare program, and we want rare basketball players. And that starts with relationships, accepting challenges, recovering from mistakes, and the last E in rare is execution. And I want our guys to make sure they execute on and off the basketball court. And that's what we try to do each and every day.
Well, 4 NCAA titles in the last 19 years for this program. Dealing with a lot of injuries, and they've caught some tough breaks over the last couple of years.
This guy's a survivor. You actually did his games when he was with the Nets, right?
Oh, sure.
Early 2000s.
He was with a lot of teams in the NBA.
14, I think.
Yes, indeed.
And he's a fighter. They changed the league and everything organized, and had a couple of kids come and go on him. But this is a guy that is very competitive. He wants that from his teams as well.
Kevin Ollie, Los Angeles native, Crenshaw High School, came to UConn and was an impact player right away under Jim Calhoun. Brought the defense, leadership, knew how to run a team. A couple of free throws here for Vattel. Gets to the free throw line quite a bit, 83%. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to your favorite teams. Watch highlights, get breaking news, scores, and more. Download the CBS Sports app today.
They really improved, 6 points last year now. Ringing the bell at a solid 13. They get their pressure set up. This was a staple of Calhoun too. 2-2-1. This one is a 1-2-2. A little variation, but they'll attack if they get an open look.
They handle it. Pascal rims out on a 3. Rebounded by Vattel.
His numbers aren't jumping out, but he is starting to make that shot. Oh, you can't make these kind of mistakes.
Whaley, hustle play by Whaley. A lot of arms in there. And we got a tie-up with the possession arrow to UConn. Larrier lost it between the legs.
And if you're UConn, that's what you want. You've got to get anything down and dirty. 2 young guys at the top of their profession. How about the suits, Bird? We can afford the coach.
No, that's next level, Bill. We get the CBS Blazers. That'll last you for 12 years.
It's embarrassing when I go shopping, for groceries with the CBS Blazer.
It is a bit. Through airports, it can be a bit odd.
Are you suggesting?
Shot clock at 14. We approach the midway point of this first half.
They haven't gotten anything out of this ball screen at all.
Vattel gives up his dribble. Inside. Turnaround. Carlton comes up short. And Villanova comes away with a loose ball. Spellman whips it ahead. DiVincenzo zigzags.
They get it around the horn. Everybody gets a catch, and they're a threat.
Pascal, diagonal feet. DiVincenzo.
Tough shot, stepping back.
Short. Knocked outside. Pascal's got it for Nova. DiVincenzo. He's got the green light.
They all do.
Brunson. Off the offensive rebound by Spellman. They are crushing UConn on the boards.
Fortunately for UConn, they haven't been converting them into points. But that, in a relentless way, will have its impact.
5-point lead for Villanova.
He's developed this little post move, too. That's what enhances his play.
Spellman lays it in off the glass. A big shot. Tough. Omari Spellman showing off the abilities inside. And it's 18-11 Villanova. Vattel sets it up.
They run some post rubs down on the baseline. I've seen him go back to that a little bit. Get Adams a little look.
Larrier was looking for Carlton down low, gets it to him. Good position, Carlton can't finish, and the rebound is snagged by Spellman.
He does a nice job loading up Carlton. You got to finish that, though.
Villanova struggling from three-point territory, 4 of 12. They're shooting 26% overall, but UConn shooting 23%. Brunson in and out, knocked out of bounds. And they got a touch by Villanova.
They may have a foul on this. Number 4.
They do.
Pascal, yeah. And just the strength of this kid. We saw him make that 3 before. Look at the footwork, the agility. Big, strong, powerful. And this is a kid who's going to be a big-time low post performer for Villanova. Really helps their outside game as well.
Mamadou Diarra has checked in for the first time for UConn. Natal.
See the mismatch now? People just don't take advantage of it.
Diarra is with a smaller defender, Brunson.
And they're not even looking in.
Natal a 3.
So that's solid basketball. And you pay for that against a team like Villanova.
8 minutes to play here in the first half. 7-point lead for the #1 team in the country. He carried it.
Yeah, they love that when he gets down in the box. People cut and dive. Seldom does he make a mistake.
Jalen Brunson turns it over. We have a timeout. Neither team shooting it well. Villanova really struggling from three-point territory, but offensive rebounds a big key for the Wildcats. They lead by 7.
Of course, if you're missing, you got to go chase him, and UConn's got to do a better job on this end of the floor. These are good looks. When Villanova doesn't shoot the ball well, you just can't give them second possessions. And you got to step in, gang rebound, and get into the scrappiness that they're going to exhibit every possession.
Nice to have a packed house here in Hartford. So many good moments through the years for this UConn program. A little extra something when it's UConn and Villanova.
No question. It brings back a lot of great memories and a lot of late evenings on occasion.
With who?
I'm not sure, but it's something that I think these two coaches have embraced because they've enjoyed the competition, certainly, and a chance to play at least for another 3 years total, and then maybe that 4th year.
Low turnover numbers, so we've had very few whistles. Nova has turned it over 3 times. Connecticut just 2. Team fouls low as well. Villanova 4 of them. UConn just 1.
Now Villanova at 10 a game. They really value the basketball. And UConn occasionally hurts themselves.
Adams trying to create the penetration. Nice bounce on the inside. Ball got jarred loose on the length of Bridges.
Absolutely. Make yourself bigger.
Working around the perimeter, Pascal. Brunson off the screen. No good.
Look at this, another chance, another opportunity.
Diarra couldn't catch it.
That's unbelievable. They've got looks they normally convert.
Brunson is 1 of 7 from the field. Natal, bottom. It's a 3.
Nice play by Adams. Little slap back play. And that's what Kevin said to both of us. Anything good early, we'll take.
Well, Kevin Ollie said, our best defense is our offense. Go execute on offense. Allow us to set up with this zone look. And it's giving Villanova problems. Pascal, a hard drive. Oh, hangs and hits. And a chance for 3.
That's the power game. That's the soft spot of the zone. Larry out top for his length. But once you get it in here, just a terrific move. Strong. This kid does so many little things for Villanova. The pump, the bite, the ability to take the hit.
Eric Pascal, transferred from Fordham, was the Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Year in his 1 season with the Rams. And he's just getting better and better. Jay Wright said he was going through a rough patch where he couldn't make a 3, but he never showed any lack of confidence. He didn't stop taking them, and nobody on the coaching staff mentioned to him, like, hey, you may want to consider.
Like you would be a nudge and rub it in.
No, a nudge.
But you were absolutely right. Jay does very seldom. I can't remember when he gets upset on a shot. It's the defensive end or a turnover that aggravate him.
I've been called picky and a nudge so far in the first 14 minutes of action.
He keeps playing like that, he'll be a fan favorite.
Jalen Adams, a straightaway jump shot, playing with a lot of emotion. And Kevin Ollie laid it out when we asked him about Adams. He said, look, he's got to do it all for us. With the losses they've had injury-wise, all Tariq Gilbert in particular.
That's the guy. He could play off the ball with him. Boy, what a soft spot. Look at this kick.
Kick out for Booth.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a 3.
You can't keep dodging them. They'll keep shooting it. Pretty good delivery. And the other thing that they do great, they put it right in the shooting pocket on the pass.
8-point lead for Villanova. That equals their largest of this first half. Colin Gillespie getting ready to check in, coming off an injured hand, working his way back into the lineup.
First game the other night against Georgetown. A little bit rusty.
Adams pull-up.
Tough shot.
Off the heel, off the top of the backboard, and controlled by Villanova and Booth. And they've got to get those two separated as Diarra got tied up with Booth, both falling to the floor. Booth pops off the hardwood.
And what makes Villanova tough, everybody does rebound. Guards step in and do a really solid job. A little nickel dimer at the end. Booth gets 3 of them a game.
And here are the substitutions. Gillespie in, and Carlton back in for UConn along with Anderson.
Diarra, one of those guys, hustles, rebounds, gives him a few minutes. Likes to screen and slip. Carlton back on the floor now.
Cosby Roundtree also in there for Villanova. For Gillespie, it was a broken hand he suffered in practice on December the 10th.
That gives him another guy in the rotation. Good feel for, look how deep this is.
Ooh. Back of the iron, rebound,
second foul.
And it will be DiVincenzo. They were both battling for it, DiVincenzo and Anderson from UConn, and DiVincenzo gets called for using the body.
And he'll come out now. He got Brunson in the rotation for him. Look how small they are on the perimeter now. Gillespie, Brunson, and Booth.
Gillespie listed at 6'3", 190.
Are you related?
No. Booth, 6'3", 190. And Brunson, 6'3", 190. Are you sensing a trend?
I'm not so sure I believe your stats.
Turnover. Get it ahead. Brunson nearly lost it. Gillespie. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Under 5 minutes to play in this first half. UConn has been stuck at 16. They trail by 8.
Really not getting into gaps with the dribbles, but the pass, here you go.
Gillespie, penetration, and it's out of bounds. UConn takes over.
A nice turn to the corner, came up empty.
Colin Gillespie, tough combo guard that Jay Wright recruited out of Warminster, Pennsylvania. Each team has turned it over 4 times.
I noticed a spot on Jay's shirt. I'm disappointed.
You're saying it's a stain of some sort?
Maybe he's worn it all week. You never know.
Yeah. Jay strikes me as that kind of guy. Just wears the same shirt all week.
Good help. Look at how they handle that ball screen. They zone up in the back. Just great attention to detail.
Crossover. Patel can't get it to drop. Knocked to the outside. Carlton got a piece of it. Popped up in the air. Brunson claims it for Villanova. Brunson lobs it up. Oh! A special delivery to Pascal.
He sees it all. A visionary. Lucky to get this basketball back, but we're just about where we are on the other side of half court. He feels it. He knows we're all 9. Look at the eyes. Great look. The finish, rather simple, but the feel for the game. Learned a lot of that at home and a lot more at Villanova. I enjoy that too if I can do it.
Eric Pascal going above the rim on a pretty feed from Brunson. Larrier back in now for UConn. They trail by 10. It's the largest cushion of the day for the #1 team in the country. Adams working around the Carlton screen. And the rebound ripped down by Bridges. So while Villanova has not shot it well, UConn has not taken advantage. Brunson lines it up. Rims out. Again contested. Should have been an easy UConn rebound, but Spellman got a piece of it.
These kids don't have a conscience on Villanova. By that, they don't think. This next shot, they've missed one. They play with extreme confidence. These are on a down game in terms of shooting.
Brunson is 1 of 8. Fend off. Larrier turns it over. Bridges, those long strides, and a foul call.
Pretty good the open floor, though, huh? That little Euro, the mini, a lot of traffic.
The Villanova Wildcats. They have been the most efficient team in the country. This is a tall order today for the UConn Huskies. It's a 10-point lead for Nova.
Bert, I have a soft spot for you, but look at this soft spot for Pascal right in the middle. All of a sudden, it's 3 against 2 once he gets it. Look, 3 against 2, the slide to the corner for Booth. Roundtree got his hands ready. Look at this kick. Just decimate the interior. Little kick, complemented by the ability to knock it down by Booth.
So Villanova with a 26-16 lead. They're shooting it at 42% from three-point territory this season. Good for 6th in college basketball. They're 5 of 18 today from beyond the arc. Well, the one area that UConn is actually excelling is on the break. 8-2 in transition for Kevin Ollie's squad, but beyond that, they're getting very little in the half court.
Villanova averages 27 threes attempted, Bird. They make almost 12 of them.
Mikal Bridges off the mark on the first attempt. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Adam Zucker, Seth Davis, first half analysis. They'll also update you on today's action and preview game 2 of our triple header. Texas at number 6, West Virginia. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
And then speaking of being in touch, UConn has to get a good shot, finish the half strong, build a little confidence.
It's now a 9-2 extended run for the Wildcats.
Automatic switches, don't care about mismatches, Villanova.
Larrier wearing the mask, gives it up for Whaley. Now Adams comes to the ball. Two-man game. Whaley hangs and bangs it off the window.
A well of a play.
27-18 Villanova.
Nice little job by Whaley getting in position to catch that.
Whaley, the wiry freshman from Gastonia, North Carolina.
Sleepy Floyd's hometown, I think. How about that?
What happens in that brain of yours that lingered?
I don't know. I left it at breakfast.
Brunson a three. He's got it.
That's what I love about it. I mean, he knows every shot he took was a good shot, and they don't take contested threes.
And now a 12-point lead for Villanova, their largest of the day. We approach 2 minutes to go in this first half. Anderson matched up with Brunson out front.
That's how they handle this ball screen now. String it out.
Carlton sets it, kick it out. Adams, 9 to shoot. He's defended by maybe the best defender in the country, Bridges, and he carried the ball. Turnover.
A good comment about Bridges too, Bird, but Adams, a kid that has to play particularly well. Just a great understanding now. Drag 2, find 1, Whaley without coming down, finishes the deal. And at the other end, we mentioned, been struggling a little bit, a lot of rat-tat-tats, but that is nylon and done with confidence.
So Vital back in. Vital hasn't played a huge role here offensively. He's got 4 points. 1 made 3 and a free throw.
A little bit of a 1-3-1 look now to take away that post pass. End up with, now they get back into it more of a 2-3.
Booth and Brunson having a catch. 10 to shoot.
Once again, the middle is open.
Bridges catch and shoot.
Look at that.
Yes, on the
stroke.
three.
How about his stroke?
Mikal Bridges.
This great movement, finding a hole. And they find their guys.
He's just got smooth skills, his ability to slice to the rim and then keep you honest from the perimeter. 12-2 run. It's 33-18 Villanova. Larrier pulls up. That ball was partially tipped by Spellman, controlled inside. And knocked out of there. Booth gets it ahead. Oh, a heads-up play. And Brunson puts it down for Villanova.
Turnovers to goals. Tom Izzo says turnovers to touchdowns, but this team is relentless on the defensive end. They're so pretty on the offensive. Forget how good they are at this end. Send it in.
With pizza as good as Papa John's, you need a dessert to match. Introducing our new salted caramel desserts, topped with sweet and salty caramel flavored icing. Try our new salted caramel brownie or chocolate chip cookie today.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We asked you to try new Coke Zero Sugar, and the verdict is in. People everywhere are loving the great Coke taste. To celebrate, we're not going to do anything over the top. Just pour Coke Zero Sugar over ice. Sit back and take it all in.
Whatever slow start Villanova had here in Hartford is now a distant memory because the Wildcats have taken a 17-point lead with just over a minute to play in this first half.
It's almost like systematic, isn't it? They're so well organized. It's an aggressive defensive team, always in the right spot, always willing to help.
Well, the Huskies having problems scoring in recent games. 49 points in that loss at Memphis. They've been held to 18 here in the first half today, and a knockaway.
Look at that by Brunson. He
Nobody
trailed
back. Brunson slams it down. Jalen Brunson ahead of the field for the jam.
And the scatter report, they had the double screen read beautifully. The trail by Brunson, though, you have some help in the front. Just magnificent.
Raph, UConn had cut it to 4. It was 18-14, and since that point, Villanova's outscored them 19-4.
Brunson just jumped the passing lane.
Whaley to the corner. Larrier rims out on a 3. And Villanova aggressive. 20 seconds left. They can't hold for 1. Bridges.
No.
Fires. Misses from three-point territory. Rebound Spellman. Knocked out of his hands. Out of bounds. And Villanova will retain it. Whaley is limping noticeably. And a timeout called by Villanova. 12.2 to play in the first half. It's all Nova.
Hey, we're gonna do the Asian thing, honey barbecue and hot.
It's a great time to be a fan when you've got 21 sauces and seasonings to put on your wings. Don't take it for granted, because in medieval days, your wing flavors were limited.
Hot flavor, plain flavor.
Hot, please.
Get 21 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, it looked like Isaiah Whaley was going to try to remain on the floor, and coaches have called him back to the bench area as Whaley was shaken up on the previous play. 12.2 left. Late first half, Villanova 37, UConn 18.
They're switching now. I think it's Villanova's ball. That's a pretty good move. The towel was trying to take it out.
Yep.
I don't
Figured,
blame
hey,
him.
maybe nobody remembers. Yeah. It was last touch UConn. DiVincenzo, the trigger man. He was taken out of the game with 2 personal fouls. Lob it in for Spellman. Back for DiVincenzo.
You're thinking rebound if you're UConn.
Booth
the guy in front of you.
Booth. Wow. Off balance delivery from Phil Booth.
Relentless.
Shot at the buzzer. Anderson. It's an air ball.
Tough. Organized. Even not shooting it well. Still draw you.
End of the first half. Villanova 39. UConn 18. Time to go to Adam Zucker in New York. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by Continental Tire, for what you do. Jersey Mike Subs, be a sub above. And by USAA, auto and home insurance for the military and their families. 4 national championships for UConn going back to 1999. The most recent one, 2014, as we check out the Enterprise first half stats. Offensive rebounds for Villanova, 12 of them on a day where they have not shot it all that well. They've done everything else well, and they lead it 39-18. Welcome back, everybody, here in Hartford. Ian Eagle along with Bill Raftery, and that's the sign of a really good team. Villanova's #1 in the country, but when you don't have it, it's not clicking on offense. You find other ways to generate production.
The numbers are scary by Villanova standards, but what they've been able to do on a consistent basis is really be in the right position, disrupt the offensive flow, bottle up the ball screen, get some run out and opportunities just because they're so heady on this end of the floor. That particular play, double screen, first time they ran it, he read it, trailed his guy. Just amazing facility to pay attention to detail.
18 points in that first half. That ties their lowest in any half this season. They also had 18 in the first half in that loss to Memphis the other night. Villanova ended the first half on a 12-0 run.
They're gathering the forces right now. Get back to your game plan. Be solid. I think they've got to get into things a little sooner late in the shot clock, because Villanova just seizes that opportunity to squeeze on any cut, any offensive thrust.
Half of UConn's 8 losses have been by 20 points or more, so there have been games that have just gotten away from Kevin Ollie's squad. It actually was playing out the way that they wanted it to.
Right.
Villanova struggling in the half court, struggling with the zone look, but UConn couldn't convert on a consistent basis.
Well, early in the year they played Arizona and they were there with, I think, 7 minutes to go. But the biggest thing I think is their shortcomings on this offensive end. If they don't find a way to score other than Adams, they're going to have their difficulties down the road.
Meanwhile, Villanova riding a 4-game winning streak since their only loss of the season to Butler. Kick out. Brunson, that's a 3. He's got it.
And they went man-to-man, which I like. Let's go get him kind of a deal. And they put a foot in the lane and just find their favorite target.
And Villanova will lock you down on defense. They held Georgetown to 39% shooting, 4 of 15 from three-point territory. That's 27% in that dominating victory against the Hoyas on Wednesday night. Adams, pretty spin. The flip goes for Jalen Adams.
He's got to do a lot on his own. Individual ability that he possesses. But even there, Villanova at that half court, first time they trapped, you got to be ready for a lot of things. Little 2-3 zone now after that make.
5th week as the #1 team in the country. Villanova, they've been the most consistent team in the nation at 17-1. Corner pop, Spellman, rimming no. Get it ahead for Adams. Using the screen from Carlton.
They do a nice job corralling too. Look at the mismatch inside. You got Booth, and Carlton comes out. See, I don't understand that. Here's the play that Brunson read earlier.
Adams directing traffic. Carlton sets the pick. Booth now draws Adams. Ball fake, Vital. Nice look. Carlton fills the lane.
And Carlton did a nice job finding that hole.
This is the first meeting between UConn and Villanova since the 2014 NCAA tournament. They met in the second round in Buffalo, a Huskies victory. Bridges feeds it.
Nice job with the short corner.
Spellman, wild pass. Bodies flying. Larrier gets ahead. Larrier glides to the rim.
Boy, really good effort on that inbound, that kick out to half court. Quick timeout. Turnovers don't keep Jay Wright happy.
Some signs of life from UConn. Scrappy play on the defensive end leads to the easy bucket for Larrier.
Right?
I need to make that correction.
Right? Shaka loves to get after you. And Von Carter's one of the great outstanding defenders. Guarded Trey Young very well. Got him one of the tougher games for that great kid from Oklahoma. So that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, Mountaineers will come at you in waves. And the mixing and matching from Bob Huggins. You don't know who's going to be on the floor next, right? We'll have hockey lineup changes.
And then we go out west for Arizona. Ayton, to me, incredible. You'll be doing his games, so by that I mean NBA. That kid is so good. Stanford playing well of late too. Ball fake.
He gets around Larrier, and Larrier got the wrong end of that exchange.
Little pump fake, and he bit. And they are so, you know, he was talked about. Stay on the floor.
15 points for Jalen Brunson. UConn.
Look at this. Reed
leaves it up there for Brunson. Brunson drives and a razzle-dazzle to the rim.
Knows how to go and body search. So clever. And they hadn't done this little half-court, three-quarter trap this half. You got to be ready for it.
46-24 Villanova.
But they have a lot of wrinkles you got to be ready for.
Adams tried the jab step. Vital lost it for a moment. 9 to shoot. Lob it. Carlton inside, denied, but a foul.
A good job getting it inside, but Brunson at that top of that zone really knows how to execute. Here's that pump fake earlier that we saw. They do so well, maybe the best in the country at it, and you got to stay glued to the floor. This pretty Reed, all set up by the trap on the far side. Anything looping like that, they're going to run under.
Raph Brunson was 1 of 8 from the field. He's made his last 5 shots. UConn 3 of 3 in the second half, but turnovers. Carlton at the free throw line where he knocks down a pair, shooting it at 64%.
You know, we were down in Georgetown early in the week, and Patrick Ewing was talking about Jalen when he was a youngster. He used to sit in Patrick's locker with the Knicks.
Well, his dad, Rick Brunson, former teammate of Patrick Ewing.
So he has soaked up knowledge from dad, coaches, just a really talented, bright kid.
In and out for Pascal. Rick is now an assistant coach with the Minnesota Timberwolves under Tom Thibodeau. Jump shot doesn't go for Whaley from the side. Good offensive board for Carlton. Long jumper, Vital, a three.
Nice job and really great recognition by Carlton. Unselfish play by the big guy.
46-29 Villanova. Much better offense so far, early stages, second half for UConn.
Once again, a little zone look. They've done a nice job finding that little soft area in the middle.
Brunson takes that shot. Play. Fakes out Larrier. Same play that worked before. Brunson's got such an excellent basketball IQ. And a timeout. Jalen Brunson, National Player of the Year candidate, national champion 2 years ago, and leading the way once again for the Villanova Wildcats.
Jalen is the most mature 21-year-old I've ever encountered. He's so focused on his goals and to be the best player he can be, the best student he can be, the best person he can be. So he's a great example for these guys day in, day out.
You don't have to coach him. That's what's amazing. Not that he's uncoachable. He just appreciates and understands far more than most players and most coaches.
There's a cerebral approach to Jalen Brunson, and the fact that he is the whole package, but I think his natural instinct is to be unselfish, but he recognizes when he has to take over.
A great feel for the game, you're right. Timing, you'll see him walk the ball up sometime. We haven't seen the change of speeds because the zone has had its impact in that area. But he was so deceptive. They stayed on the floor.
DiVincenzo, book it, it's a three.
If it isn't one, right? Collectively, great confidence in those strokes.
2 state titles in the state of Delaware out of Wilmington. Jay Wright called him the Michael Jordan of Delaware.
Well, does he have a shoe line?
Not yet. Back in by Carlton. 2-man game with Whaley. Carlton turns, denied. Spellman gums Carlton.
He got him around him. He put the arm around trying to get the ball.
A foul is called. Omari Spellman.
Jay will do anything to get a recruit. That's why he called him Michael Jordan, by the way. That's a great block there, but it was at the end of this. Watch the right arm. If he go all the way through, he throws it right across. There you go. That'll get the molars tested.
Jay said it in jest, by the way, and DiVincenzo took it in stride.
Oh, I'm sure the family liked it.
Yeah, why not?
So he thinks he didn't realize he put the arm around them.
2
Spellman,
blocks
that is.
for Spellman, who is now having a chat with head coach Jay Wright. UConn maintains possession. Just about 5 minutes gone by here in the second half. 20-point lead for Villanova. Adams, the handles, missed it, and a clear out. Carlton.
Yep, Carlton just took DiVincenzo and got rid of him. A little frustrated on the checkout. Good job. You can just see that Tavern League discard. I know you weren't raised in those environments, but some of us are a little more sophisticated to have that.
Is that a double meaning for Tavern for you?
Well, you know, the older guys, when you can't jump and run anymore, you just push people out of the way.
Bridges a three. Boy, knocks it down. Mikal Bridges shooting it at 45% from downtown.
And he's at the point of that zone, makes it a tough pass across the top.
Adams will set it up for UConn. Whaley comes to the outside. Here's Vital using the screen from Carlton. Poked away, and another turnover.
Roundtree with that length.
Brunson, the pull-up, rolls in for Jalen Brunson. He's got the hot hand.
And what do? You've got to retreat and take care of the wing people. Kevin wants the timeout. And you talked about cerebral, but how about the feel? He knows he's got people at the rim. It's frustrating, I know, for Kevin, but this team is good. And nobody runs a club quite as effectively as this guy. Knock it in there, Mr. Brunson.
Well, for Villanova, weeks ranked number 1. The last 3 seasons, 16 weeks. Prior to that, that was not part of the equation. Being ranked number 1, they were always the underdog. They always had to fight for respect. That's not the case anymore. This has been consistent, and the fact that Jay Wright has maintained is what's most impressive for this program.
And how about the wins here? He's gaining on old Coach Severance, right?
Al Severance. Jay Wright has 403 wins at Villanova. Severance holds the program record with 413.
Al was a very funny guy, entertaining. That's what they've got to do, though. Attack the rim a little bit. See if they can either finish, jump stop, fine. He's got to shake it up a little bit.
12 points for Jalen Adams. You were recruited by Al Severance?
I was. And George Ravelli used to tell me stories about him. He's a very funny guy, law professor. And like if, wait a minute here, Bird, let's just do your job.
Brunson, a three.
He took care of it. If they were driving up to Seton Hall, he would say to the bus driver, is there any reciprocity between New Jersey and we're bus drivers trying to make a day's pay. And a nice kick here.
Larrier is off the mark. Long rebound.
Look at the blue shirts.
Brunson attack mode, stripped away, and Adams has got it for UConn. A 3-on-1 developing. Good feed. Larrier misses the layup, and it's rebounded by DiVincenzo.
Out of bounds.
He stepped on the baseline, so UConn will maintain possession.
So at the end of that story, he would say to the driver, there's a reciprocity, and then he would do a 2-hour lecture on reciprocity, preparing for the next day's class. At the luncheons, of course, going to LaSalle, he would get up and speak, and it was always a festive occasion. You could pontificate with the best of them.
How about Naismith? How was he as a recruiter?
You know, he wasn't as charming as that, to be honest with you.
He just didn't have a way with the moms and the homes.
He liked the table manners that down there, you know, the presence.
UConn trailing 58-31.
Nasty age bias comment by you.
No. Just keeping the conversation flowing.
They're double high, pick and pop, high low. Tough entry. Look at the collective defense.
The floater by Anderson.
How about these guys? The competitors here were on Fordham together, right? You got Anderson and Pascal. Tom Pecora was their coach. There's longtime assistant at Hofstra for Jay prior to that. Now he's up at Quinnipiac with Baker Dunleavy. Nice play.
Denied Carlton with the rejection. Larrier taking it to the rim. DiVincenzo returns the favor. Gets it ahead. And Booth, the muscle, can't finish, but he is going to the free throw line. The foul on Antoine Anderson.
What makes a team number one is you don't give up on plays. They don't. Just utterly amazing. You think you got an easy one? Collectively, they get into the attack. DiVincenzo, pretty darn good athlete.
Phil Booth, 73% shooter. Music's biggest stars on music's biggest night. James Corden hosts the Grammy Awards live Sunday, January 28th. Only CBS.
He's got your humor, by the way.
Who does? Corden?
Not quite in your league, but he is a funny guy.
Substitution here, Colin Gillespie in.
I have to tape him because I don't like staying up.
I was going to say, are you even up at 12:35, actually in bed?
Seldom, unless I'm busy going over tape.
60-33, Villanova up big on UConn. We approach the 12-minute mark. Second half, jumper Adams off the mark. DiVincenzo pushing tempo. Nice look. What a feed inside. Cosby Roundtree. And a foul called.
He can run the floor. He does some nice things for this team. Jay giving him much more time. Jay was mentioning some of these kids, and you said it earlier, are nicked up. Little aches and pains that develop.
Yeah.
You know, Bridges, Spellman's
got something
right?
Top of his foot. Bridges has been dealing with an ankle. DiVincenzo, groin injury. Jay felt confident that everybody would go and they would play their normal rotation, but it's a big lead now at 61-33, so we'll see if Coach Wright makes some personnel decisions here over the final 12 minutes.
Now, when you play them, you've got to play your best and be sound. Make good judgments, value the basketball. Very competitive group.
12-0 non-conference. Wins over Tennessee and Gonzaga, victory in the Philly area over Temple.
A Big Five. Gee, they've last few years, right? Run the table.
It's now a 16-4 Villanova run. Deep one. Vital is fouled, and a chance at a 4-point play for Christian Vital. He's in double figures. A free throw for the Huskies when we come back to Hartford. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by State Farm, here to help life go right. Sonic, this is how you Sonic. And by Buick, proud partner of the NCAA. Well, those images tell the story. Raleigh Massimino, just one of a kind, passed away at the age of 82 in August, and his presence around this program is missed, but it will be felt for years and years and years. It was passed on to Jay Wright, who was an assistant under Raleigh, and stories galore. You can't talk Villanova without Raleigh's name coming up in conversation.
Well, you're watching Roley out here,
yeah,
by the way. And they're a different generation of kids, but when he got the Northwood job in Florida late in life, like he's going to coach. And at the press conference, he announces Villanova is coming to play us next year. Jay's on the road. The coach, it's one of the assistants. If it could have been Baker, said, "Are we playing Northwood next year?" He said, "What are you talking about?" So he went down there and did play them in an exhibition game. Although I think if Jay
Brunson was getting upset with Anderson. And Brunson just had a right arm extended out on Anderson, foul call.
And I think the president of Villanova said to Jay, "We're playing Northwood." Nobody else knows. But Roley had that kind of impact on the pro. His fingerprints still exist. And great family. Kids are Villanova grads. And Mary Jane, of course, cooked for so many people. I mean, she could have opened up a catering company the way anybody was welcome at the house.
DiVincenzo with a three.
He would be very welcome at the house.
I think so. 4 threes for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's 65-37 Villanova. The #1 team in the country is cruising here at the XL Center.
They just massage you out of the game. That's what they've got to get more out of as the year progresses. Well, some touches and see if we can do some damage in there.
And all of a sudden, you look up at the numbers. Villanova shooting 45% for three-point territory.
That's their favorite there, the fake handoff. They do it well. I've seen Gillespie do it.
Spellman off the mark from three-point range. Inside, Cosby Roundtree.
Getting good minutes and taking advantage of it.
That'll help your percentage. 82% from the field this season for Damir Cosby Roundtree.
He doesn't drift too far from the 10.
State title as a junior at Newman Goretti, a basketball powerhouse. Adams, the floater. Rebound knocked around, claimed by Adams. 10.5 to play, second half. Deep one, Anderson. Off the back of the iron, offensive board, Larrier, that won't go. And the rebound to Spellman for Villanova. Nova is shooting 73% in the second half. DiVincenzo is locked in.
Well, you can't silence them for a whole game. Just amazing catch and shoot with confidence.
They're now up to 75% from the field since halftime, 10 minutes gone by.
This is the end of the floor. I think they excel, though.
A bomb from Vital, no good. DiVincenzo gets Villanova into it quickly. Brunson, ball fake.
Nice pass.
What a find! Layup doesn't go. Cosby Roundtree, a rare miss.
A little late getting back, too.
Anderson, diagonal feed for Adams. 3 defenders in the area.
See how they recover and challenge?
Larrier misses from the baseline.
Every detail. Well, you witness a guy on the sideline has become a big-time coach, I think.
127 points per 100 possessions. That is incredibly efficient and productive for Villanova. On a dump down, the back end by Spellman. Spellman comes up short. Cosby Roundtree marks it down. A reload for Villanova.
Nice cut.
DiVincenzo. That's an air ball.
He's killing them.
Yank him.
Tough shots.
Adams with a Euro step.
A little bit of a floater. You got to possess it.
14 for Jamal Adams. He averages 18.5 points per game. Over 1,000 points in his career, the junior from Roxbury, Massachusetts. 70-41, Villanova looking to improve to 18-1 on the season. Spellman flicks it out. DiVincenzo, no. Anderson goes up high to get it.
Ample subs waiting to come in.
Anderson, kick, Vital. No. And Brunson will slow it down for the Wildcats. You've got Pascal, Booth, and Gillespie all waiting to check in. They lost Jermaine Samuels, a broken bone in his left hand in late December, expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. Vital, layup no, but a foul on Bridges. Free throws coming up for Christian Vital. Big hole UConn trying to dig out of. Wildcats up big. We check out the game summary. Villanova has gotten it shooting up to 42%, dominating the boards 40-26, and the bench has been productive as well for Villanova. But it all starts with Jalen Brunson.
You know his athletic ability, his ability to make shots, but he's just clever. His perception of the game is so acute, just to detail. Endless, both ends of the floor. And great when you talk about leadership qualities. Jay and he have a dialogue that coach and assistant coach have. And of course that transmits to the rest of this group. Great respect for one another.
A couple of free throws here for Christian Vital from Queens, New York. Originally signed with UNLV. Eventually ended up in Storrs, Connecticut. Coming up Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, CBS Sports Network. 12th ranked Cincinnati looks to stay hot and avoid the upset. They host Temple on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Well, Temple lost a tough one to Cincy at home. And he played great in that particular game. By the way, you're Forest Hills, though, right?
Yes.
Weren't you a ball boy at the U.S. Open at one time?
Have you done research on me, Bill? What's happening? How about that restraining order that I actually scooped up a few years ago? You should adhere to that.
I know you were well compensated, you and Kramer.
I was with Kramer, and George got the ice cream all over his face. Rebound.
Look at this play.
Haskell dives to the rim, can't finish it. And the rebound controlled by Honora for UConn.
Nice defense. Look at this hustle.
Spellman.
They don't give up on it. They covered that opposite corner beautifully.
Trying to hit Polly in the corner, and Spellman anticipated it. Gillespie spread it. Dribble drive. Spellman, foul called. I make that Pascal as the ball leaks out of bounds.
What a good job with the handle.
Monday, all new Colbert. Stevens got the host of the Late Late Show and the Grammys, James Corden. Plus, later in the week, John Dickerson, Willem Dafoe, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Only CBS.
A double slip.
Inside! Oh! That is a man's jam. Omari Spellman.
Spellbinding. But it's just a great organized little double screen, and he slips.
72-43. Villanova comes in averaging 88.3 points per game. Anderson, the penetration, and a foul call.
Now talk about being organized on your plays. Here's a little double screen. Big guy. Bring it all. Big time. A little tomahawk action. Woo. Ran down, stole one, got involved at the other end. Just a continual motion.
He's got a chance to be dominant in the paint because you can already tell he's got a knack inside. Post moves that he's confident with. Have to respect his perimeter ability. He shoots it at 44% from three-point territory. Spellman sat out last year, so a redshirt freshman.
And that helped him, Bird.
It did.
Practice every day. Who do you help off on this team? And that's the dilemma for opposing coaches.
Spellman's 245 pounds. He's cut down. He was 287 and has dropped 40-plus pounds to get into the shape that he's in now.
Stop hanging with you with the fast food. He really developed that little mid-post play, too.
In and out. 72-44 Villanova. Adams working against Gillespie. Vital lets it rip. In and out from three-point territory, and Bridges with the board. Just over 6 minutes to play.
Really not running anything at this point. It's like a little chuck and duck going.
UConn is 4 of 19 from three-point territory. Bridges.
You got to make threes anymore.
And he steps out of bounds. Turnover, Villanova. UConn is shooting 32% overall.
Roundtree getting some valuable time out here, too. He and Gillespie.
He brings good energy, Cosby Roundtree. Still developing offensively, but you can see the impact as a defensive player with his length. Larrier back in. Carlton didn't catch it cleanly. Larrier doesn't take the three. Left hand.
Nice job. He's got to do that more. They know he can make the deep one. They just got to hang tough mentally, this UConn team. Get the rotation down that Kevin wants.
Villanova 72, UConn 46. 5:25 to play, second half. Booth lines it up.
Look at this tip.
Tipped in for Cosby Roundtree.
Activity at the rim. Plays soft enough, though, the shot. That's what made that happen.
Entry, Carlton. And it's out of bounds. And UConn will hold on to it. Thursday on CBS, these NFL players have been selected to showcase their best talents off the field. Watch and vote live to decide who really is the MVP, most valuable performer. Thursday, 8 o'clock, 7 Central, only CBS. And a foul called as Adams took it to the rim.
I like his attitude today. And he got cramps in that Memphis game. They did not play well. There's Tubby. But a couple in a row. I think Tubby Smith beat Temple and then went and took care of business with UConn.
I should probably ask Joni this question, your wife.
Yeah.
Are you a big anniversary guy or no?
It depends.
Well,
is it mine or others?
You're connected to it. On Thursday, it's the 30th anniversary of Jerome Lane sent it in. 30 years have somehow passed like a blur.
And I think today is the 50th anniversary of the Elvin Hayes Lou Alcindor game.
You are correct.
In the Esplanade.
So you are an anniversary guy.
Occasionally. Occasionally.
Yeah.
If it's an envelope, yes.
I'm going to ask your better half. Spellman couldn't catch it. It bounces off his knee, out of bounds.
I don't know if it was a harsh delivery or he didn't concentrate.
Under 5 minutes to play.
Elvin Hayes, I think 37 points, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, they lost the championship.
Spin by Adams.
Pretty.
And he missed it on a finger roll. Carlton trying to create some space. Brought it down low. Saves it. Anderson flicks it to the corner. Adams a three.
Now he's giving it up, but don't you think? Going to do the best he can to finish with a little dignity.
Pressure on Gillespie. Handles it against Anderson. We approach the 4-minute mark of this second half. Catch and shoot. Spellman.
A little line drive the last couple. That could be fatigue.
Patel gives it up. Jalen Adams pops.
There's a rebound.
The box out by Spellman.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember Joey Lucas with, with the Knicks, you know. Two-handed rebound, just like this kid. Strong.
Spellman leans in. Doesn't get the roll, but he does get the foul call on Carlton. 45-30 off the glass in favor of Villanova. They've got the big lead on UConn. The AT&T Fast Analysis.
Well, at the beginning we talked about the ability of everybody to shoot the three from deep, 5 guys. And of course, Spellman, not that he's a surprise, but you're playing him. You got to go outside. He can beat you in. But DiVincenzo, amongst others, Brunson. This is a team that has great confidence in their ability. And how about these numbers? Jalen struggled early, ends up 5 of 11 from 3. All good strokes. And the freedom to take them, I think that builds that confidence for them. And he's coaching. We're going to commercial. He was with Spellman there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jay said. He's got a great understanding of the game. It's not complex to him, although it is for many.
Omari Spellman at the free throw line. Originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
St. Tommy Moore kid. Up here in Connecticut.
And a major recruit. They
yeah.
knew they were getting an
McDonald's
impact player.
All-American.
Yeah.
They got him to stop dining at McDonald's too.
Villanova leads at 76-51. Up next for UConn, they'll be home for SMU on Thursday night. We'll have that for you on CBS Sports Network.
SMU, one of those teams that could get it going.
Carlton finishes in a foul.
I asked Wichita State, you know. Conference has some really good teams.
And for Kevin Ollie and this UConn team, it is a struggle on offense. A lot of young players trying to plant some seeds. Now he knows how much is on Jalen Adams' shoulders. Larrier dealing with headaches after taking that elbow. Didn't play in that Memphis matchup on Tuesday night. Good to have his presence here, but it certainly hasn't been the Larrier that we've seen from earlier this season.
He was a gamer, though, to play. They may still have to take care of his health issue.
Gillespie misses from long range, and Vital is down for UConn. He's grabbing at the left leg.
Hopefully it's a bone on bone, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he'll walk it off.
I mentioned SMU, Shake Milton, really good player there. League is deep. Mike Oresco, one of our old pals from CBS, now the commissioner. Oh, he did get that leg caught under there.
Yeah, he just went down awkwardly. And Vital is limping. Cosby Roundtree just checked in to make sure he's okay. Change for Villanova as Tim Delaney is in. The sophomore seeing some minutes. 3:19 to play here in the second half. 76-54 Wildcats. 2 free throws for Christian Vital, or 1 and 1. But it'll turn into 2.
Jade has admitted, though, he'd like to get a little deeper. That's why Gillespie getting minutes. Just different guys getting a few to step up. We mentioned Roundtree having a good run. Tim Delaney, big, wide body.
UConn playing the #1 team in the country for the 12th time. They're 3-8 in the previous meetings against the nation's #1. Vital with 15 points and limping as he makes his way to the UConn bench.
Ooh, not a good pass.
Errant pass from DiVincenzo. Too much in front of Gillespie. And a turnover. Anderson, the penetration, lost it. Rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Villanova with 3:02 on the clock.
And that's that collective helping, scraping, raking. They don't leave anything unattended to once you dribble in that lane.
Jalen Adams, 19 points, 4 assists today. Adams somehow gets it back. Gillespie had a chance at it. Anderson, ball fake on a 3. Baseline, kick out. Adams a 3. Now the box out by Spellman.
And knocked out of bounds, going the other way.
Well, Villanova will go to the NCAA tournament for the 13th time in the last 14 years.
And by the way, you know, we're talking about all these guards. Kyle Lowry may have had the biggest assist of any.
How about that? Right? Kyle Lowry donated $1 million to Villanova to help upgrade the athletic facility.
The Finneran Pavilion, which will be known as the Finn. Bill Finneran, his valuable contribution to that university. And they're really excited about what it's going to look like.
DiVincenzo lays it in. 78-56. DiVincenzo off the bench with 17 points. You can plug him into so many different spots.
They all compete too. That's an area so essential.
Anderson working around. Carlton knocked out of bounds by Villanova. 12 to shoot.
MJ Dante with a little dance outside. Then you start peeking, and the ability to finish with either hand adroitly.
Good size, 6'5", 205. Adams short. Rebound ripped down by Spellman. Final minute 50 here in Hartford. They'll do it again next year at Madison Square Garden, then the following year in Philly, and they'd like to keep it going. They were in the Big East together for 34 years, Villanova and UConn. Gillespie stripped to the ball, tracked down by Anderson.
Pretty good use of the dribble there.
5-on-4.
Well, that's a tough shot. Spellman doing a nice job bodying people deeper.
Adams, he's winded.
But Gillespie's picked up those tricks at Brunson too, huh? Prying in the lane and seeing the reaction of the defense.
DiVincenzo, keep it on the outside. Last minute of play, 78-56. Villanova, the #1 team in the country. DiVincenzo, too strong. And Carlton will clear it. Brunson logged 29 minutes, 23 points. He made his last 8 shots for the Wildcats.
Almost like just a business trip for Villanova. A little shove there by Spellman.
Carlton, drop step and finish.
That is a bright spot. Now, we've seen him do that twice. Once straight on. That time he used a little kiss action.
Hard worker, good footwork. You can see the makings of a post player for UConn. 30 seconds left.
See if they can get Gillespie going a little bit here.
Yep, Gillespie a 3.
It's not a stroke, huh? Good to see him healthy.
81-58. Final 19 seconds in Hartford. Adams defended by Gillespie. Corner Polly. That's a 3. So some window dressing.
Yep.
And now Villanova will dribble out the clock. The #1 team in the country cruises in a blowout victory over UConn. 81-61. Villanova gets it done. So
pretty
that's
impressive,
5 straight wins now for Jay Wright's squad. They improved to 18-1 on the season.
Early on, they didn't shoot the ball well, but just kept plugging on the defensive end, creating some problems, turnovers, and goals.
UConn falls to 10-9. It's Villanova. Dominating effort for Bill Raftery. I'm Ian Eagle. So long from Hartford. 81-61 the final. Coming up, Texas against #6 West Virginia. Then Arizona and Stanford. We'll send you to Adam Zucker in New York with Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance after this.